Mortal Kombat 1. It's currently sitting at an 83 overall Metacritic, which means by that definition, most people enjoy the game. But that doesn't mean everybody enjoys the game. So welcome back to a series that I call Bad Reviews for Good Games. And today we're taking a look at what the haters have to say about Mortal Kombat 1. So our first negative Nancy is Joe Danger, and he gave Mortal Kombat a 0 out of 10. And he says, it's a janky, overpriced side-scroll game with much of the cast's body count going dong. Ignore that. Along with the game's rating. First of all, what does he mean the cast's body count? Is he talking about like the number of characters on the roster? Because like that's a strange way to word it. The cast's body count's down. Like they're not fucking enough in this game. But anyways, 9 out of 10 of my matches are against Wi-Fi's. Peer-to-peer game without connection filter is just not fun to play. Now that part I do agree with. I go as far as to say peer-to-peer connections on any fighting game is not fun to play. If you do not have rollback net code, which is the standard alongside crossplay, you probably shouldn't put the game out considering the competition is doing that. But at bare minimum, I do agree with them, especially too, because you can't filter out the matches. If they wanted to do peer-to-peer, at least let people pick 4 or 5 bar only matches, but you can't do that. So if you get into a laggy match, good luck. Jobo gave Mortal Kombat 1 a 2 out of 10, and he says, the fighting is great. The visuals are really impressive. The story isn't bad. It's had a little fun with the new timeline of the old school characters. It should be an 8 out of 10 with some hang-ups with the trade-off on the interactive arenas for the cameo characters and Megan Fox needing a paycheck, blah, 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 blah. Let's get down to here. He says, the real problem with this game is the exciting new direction that WB and NetherRealm Studios teamed up to bring the gaming community. I sense a tad bit of sarcasm. Besides the usual overpriced microtransactions, they've one-upped themselves and added more digital goods like fatalities that are only $10. Keep in mind that these are just brief digital animations that add nothing to the game experience. Yes, for those of you unaware, last I heard they were $12. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's right. They're $10. You can download new fatalities in the game that are $10. Mind you, fatalities in Mortal Kombat make up like 2 seconds of a fight. You can only do it at the very end when you win the fight, and they are charging $10 for some animations that should be in the game and just be unlocked. Absolutely insane. Then he goes on to say, although this was a freemium game, I thought this was a freemium game on your phone, not a $70 AAA game. It's heartbreaking to see this historic franchise sell out so hard, blah, 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 blah. Basically microtransaction to death. And Jobo, I agree with you. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the 2 out of 10, but I do agree with you. The microtransactions have gotten crazy. Street Fighter's starting to do the same thing too. They lost their mind with them skins too. I think they charging like 20. What's going on, fighting game community? Let's talk about it. Tekken, come save us. Brick Westgate Mortal Kombat 1 a 0 out of 10, and he says, I love the Mortal Kombat series, but this is the worst one. The story's unfinished. Most of the roster is just a placeholder and wasted potential. Natara's voice is terrible. Yo, y'all really hate Megan Fox. Everything is behind either a grind wall or a paywall, and grinding doesn't give you enough to get past the paywall. I am done with the Mortal Kombat series until they stop using free-to-play monetization on a $70 game. And I didn't even think of that. Like, not only is there a crazy paywall with some of like the announcers, the new skins, and the fatalities, but there is a grind wall as well. Like that's a good way of putting it. I think that's the most upsetting thing. It's not that you can just buy this stuff, but it's the fact that it takes hours upon hours upon, it takes way too long to unlock this stuff. So basically they're making it a free-to-play game, but then they charging you $70. And my thing is like, why not just make the game free to play? You got to make up your mind. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. I need these publishers to understand this. Otherwise, you're going to continue to build disdain amongst your community, and eventually they're going to abandon it and give it a 0 out of 10. That's how you get review bombed. Not saying I agree with the 0, but I understand his frustration. Zork gave Mortal Kombat 1 a 1 out of 10, and he says, it's an absolute nightmare and a toxic game. There's nothing left from Mortal Kombat 1, 2, or 3. Camos, I think he meant cameos. Cameos is the worst thing that you could add to the game. There's no more one-on-one fights. You just rename the game Mortal Kombat. I think it's kind of weird you bought a fighting game and complaining about combos. I don't agree with that. What a stupid idea. This is the worst part though. What a stupid idea to put in-game chat in a game like this. I'm not gonna lie, Mortal Kombat 1 has a lot of problems, but in-game chat is one thing I wish Street Fighter 6, and I pray that Tekken 8 has in it. I love the in-game voice chat. It creates some great content and some funny moments because Mortal Kombat has one of the saltiest communities on the internet. So I completely disagree with this 1 out of 10. It's also weird you criticize the combos, but hey, you're entitled to your opinion, but I love in-game chat. Fuck that. I love that toxic shit. Poveglia gave Mortal Kombat 1 1 a 4 out of 10, and he says, I began to write a 10-paragraph review, but decided not to. In short, just wait for the inevitable Ultimate Edition or whatever it's called. And then he goes on to basically bitch and complain about the microtransactions and DLC like everybody else. But the reason I highlighted this one is because I completely agree with them. If you really want to play with this game, I highly recommend just waiting for the Ultimate Edition when you get basically the whole combat pack, all the new fatalities and stuff, because they're probably going to charge $70 for that versus buying the base model of the game and then buying all the DLC and paying like $200-300, man. You might as well just wait if you can. If you can exercise control with your wallet, I think he's right. Wait for the Ultimate Edition, which will inevitably come in like a year from now. You just got to hope that the people are still playing the game online, which, you know, I'd imagine people probably are, just only sweats. So on next gave Mortal Kombat 1 out of 10, and he goes on to say something in Russian. We love our international audience, so I went ahead and threw that in Google Translate. And what it translates to is, I'm outraged by the greed of developers on Halloween. I think that's in reference because during the Halloween event, they released like some skins and they probably charged a bunch of money. I'm outraged by the greed of the developers. Spawn is God gave Mortal Kombat 1 a 0 out of 10, and he says, do not buy this game. It's unfinished. They lied to us. It's full of bugs and no content. $10 for one skin. Hashtag $12 for a fatality. It is a $71, $10 to $50 free to play game. Save your money. I've been a Mortal Kombat fan for 25 years, and this game is a shell of its former. Oh. Are you guys sensing a pattern here? People are not fucking with these microtransactions, and I don't blame you. Vladic gave Mortal Kombat 1 a 1 out of 10, and he says, it's disbalanced characters. I think he meant unbalanced. Game not for online playing. If you're a beginner, everybody will be faster than you, push combos faster than you, and you don't even touch anyone. I can't tell if you have bad internet or if you just suck at the game. Might be both, but I don't know if this 1 out of 10 is a valid criticism. I think you just bad at the game, dog. I ain't gonna lie. You told on yourself when you said everybody does combos faster than me. That sounds like you need to get your muscle memory up, dog. Nat Gray Stargate Mortal Kombat 1 a 4 out of 10, and he says, the story was a fun 6 hours and then it got boring. After a great story, the rest falls flat like Goro's squash pancake. Invasion is riddled with bugs and towers are beyond boring. You grind and grind for XP to unlock worthless, terrible items. Finishing Invasion was a long waste of time for a mid skin. There's nothing else to do in the game. And I think that is a fair criticism of the game. It feels like this game was made more with like the pros in mind, it kind of forgot the casual audience, and you do need the casual audience. Just like you need pros to play your fighting game, you need people to watch it. And in order to get those casuals, you got to include something more meaty on the bone, kind of like Street Fighter 6's story mode. Whether you liked it or not, it did attract a lot of casuals. I saw a lot of people streaming that I've never seen play fighting games. They loved exploring the world and looking at the lore and talking to all the different characters, as well as fighting and customizing. And in Invasions, it doesn't scratch the itch. On top of that, it's kind of buggy. So I just feel like I agree. This game does kind of lack content. If you don't like just sweating on the game online, there's literally nothing to do in Mortal Kombat 1. Negoro gave Mortal Kombat 1 a 1 out of 10, and he says, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. The decision to deny online play for Russian and bi players is beyond stupid. I don't know what the bi stands for. Somebody in the comments is probably they're gonna correct me, especially considering the fact that there's a workaround as easy as switching the DNS server. You probably shouldn't snitch on yourself. Why they turn off, actually know it. I have an idea why they turned off the Russian servers. We're gonna move on to the next comments. Pickle gave Mortal Kombat 1 a 4 out of 10, and he says, or maybe she, I don't know. But they say, male only roster, nothing to unlock. I can't tell if this person's trolling or not, because I pulled up the roster and I knew it was bullshit off rip, but I wanted to pull it up just to make sure. How are you gonna say it's only a male only roster? You got Katana, Millennia, Lee May, Tanya, Ashra, Sindel, Megan Fox. Yeah, and you might have more coming. There probably is a little bit more dudes than women, but there are plenty of women in the game. What are you talking about, bro? Just fucking yapping. Have a nice day, bro. Gave Mortal Kombat 1 a 0 out of 10, and he says, not only is the PC version terribly flawed, they locked it at 30 FPS. Bugs with brutalities and crashes, so the servers are also turned off. Just bravo. I'm not gonna lie, I did not know the PC version was locked at 30 FPS. I don't know this person, so I'm not gonna take their word for it. Can anybody confirm that in the comment section below? That's fucking crazy if it is. Like, fighting games are like every fighting game at bare minimum should run at 60 FPS because it requires such fast inputs. You need that fast response on the game. But if they could do the frame rate even higher, but a fighting game at 30 FPS, bleh, let alone on PC. That should have the highest frame rate. What the fuck, Negoro? And there you have it. That's what some of the haters of Mortal Kombat 1 think about the game. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have your own personal thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. And since you made it this far into the video, that means you clearly enjoy the content, so why not check out some more? I got a couple recommendations to the side. Now at the top, if you click that card, it'll take you to a video explaining why some people love that shitty game known as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Very few people do, but they're crazy enough to explain it, and this video is a good laugh if you want to check it out. Now the video below that card is going to take you to a video of me explaining why you should install Alan Wake 2. It's a really cool horror survival game that got nominated for Game of the Year. Just click one of these cards, watch my videos, because I need some watch time. Please, I'm begging you, help a black man out.